It's time to test your competency in your three centers, your hips, your chest, and your head, or your hips, your ribs, and your head, all working together in harmony. We're going to use a very simple test. There's some subjectivity in it, so you're going to need to gauge how you're feeling inside as you do it. But there's also some tangible outcomes that I'd like you to be able to demonstrate to show that you've got good articulation between all of the stuff that connects with your spine. So all we're basically going to do is to practice the wall spinal wave, just focusing on feather-light touch of one part of the hips or spine or head as you go through this practice. So what we're looking to do is making sure that you can do it without pain or reactivity to pain coming up. So if you can't do this easily, then it's showing you that you really need to keep focusing on your practice. And if you can, great work. It's just showing that you've got now a good foundation that you can start to really build a better platform for a more robust and free body. So let's get into the test. So stand with your feet about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Just give yourself a good stable base. And roughly about a foot, you'll kind of find your distance. And all we're looking to do, we're going for a 5-minute period so you can really just test also efficiency of movement. So let's go into it. So all the while as you're doing this, just keep your breathing just nice and soft and expanded through your body. So we want to sit back, touching the tailbone, and then pulling forward at the knees and just testing, can I go to the next vertebra? And then touch the next. So I'm peeling off the wall. I'm not leaning on it with all my weight. I can come off at any moment. So one vertebra at a time, slowly moving, not leaning on the wall, just tapping on the wall. Going all the way through the middle center, up through the neck to the upper center. Open through the chest, lightly touch your fingers on the wall. And then we'll repeat the movement. Relax your body, soften the movement. What we're looking for is not just being able to do the movement, but being able to do it with a quality of ease and grace and relaxation. And if you can do this, then at the end of this 5-minute period, it will feel relatively easy. If you can't, then you might notice that you feel pain or discomfort building up in certain areas where they're being underused or overused. So notice I'm just keeping a nice, slow and deliberate tempo. My weight's centered on my feet, and I'm really focusing on getting the musculature around my hips, ribs, and head balanced. So I'm using all of the spinal muscles and the hip muscles to arch my spine. And then I'm relaxing my muscles, softening my weight into the ground. Continue to breathe deeply without forcing it or trying to control your breath. Just let it soften. Allow your breath to move through your body from your hips to your head. Relaxing the muscles at the front as you arch the back. Really getting in contact with your body and your breathing. Focusing on the quality of the movement. Focusing on the quality of your mind. Can you stay in this moment without thinking about all the sensations of your body? Just experience, listen, and breathe. If you find yourself rushing, that's showing you we need some more time in practice. Really developing your ability to be patient with your body, to allow it to move. If you're doing this with a relaxed quality, it's likely that your body will be feeling warm, but not overly revved up. Your heart rate shouldn't be elevating too much, but there's no need to attach to one experience. Pulling the knees forward and tapping the vertebra. All the vertebrae of the lower center and then the middle center. Extending your neck so then we can flatten it against the wall as we move up. Arching the spine, extending the arms behind and allowing the body to peel off the wall. Just touching the wall with the weight of a feather. So that's 5 minutes. I'll finish this one last. So well done on completing this test, where we start to have a look at, are my 3 centers, my hips, my ribs, and my head, moving in harmony, working together? So how do I know if I'm performing this test confidently? I'd like you to ask yourself a few questions. First, can I actually perform one repetition with a high degree of quality? And what I mean by that is, can I touch one part of my hips and spinal column at a time, all the way up the wall, all the way to my head, without leaning into the wall, just a feather-light touch? Do I have a good degree of control over the musculature that surrounds my hips, my ribs, and my head, so then I can start to articulate my spine in a high degree of precision? So first of all, can you do that? If you can't do it, or if you're doing it with an experience of pain or reactivity to pain, then I highly encourage that you keep going. Keep building your foundations. Keep focusing on the basics of your practice. Be gentle and patient until your body has enough time to open up and relax and release. So also, as you're performing this, start to check in with yourself of what is the subjective quality of the movement in conjunction with, can I do the movement? So what I mean by that is, you might find one repetition easy, but can you sustain it for a period of 5 minutes? At the end of this test, do you feel relaxed, at ease? Does your body feel soft and free and available to move? And this inner fluid quality, these are the qualities that we're looking to bring forth. You don't need to force these to happen, but if you've been practicing diligently and consistently, then these qualities will naturally be embodied. They'll be just a natural part of the way you move and who you are. So ask yourself these questions and really check in with yourself to know that if you're performing this test with competency. And if you need to keep practicing, keep practicing. And if it's super easy and you can do it, you can actually do the movement, you can do it with this really easeful quality, don't stop there. Keep practicing. It's now showing you that you've got a good foundation. And then keep building that so you can not just go from discomfort to ease, but to freedom, this bigger experience of freedom. Start to explore the capacity, be more creative, and start to enjoy the fruits of your labor.